Hi guys, welcome to the 7 Money Show. Me, your host Sean. Now, this may seem a bit mishmash. I won't be doing it all indoors, but I thought you'd want a quick update because people are panicking. There's lots of videos about a crash coming, and I thought I'd do a bit of an update. The S&P 500, you can see here, has been going down. It had a little correction there, a little retracement. This is more like a bull trap. What happens is it goes down so quickly, people see their shares at such a discount, they buy in, it pulls it back up. Because, as I said, people kind of have a 10% rule where if their shares drop 10%, they buy in to average down, then they wait, they buy in again, and now it comes back down to the support level, the 32.30. And to speak about it, what is it? Is it a crash? Not at the moment, no. Is it a correction? Yes, but you've got to remember, big money is pulling some of its funds out. September is usually a worse month because you have the rebalancing. We saw some evidence of that earlier in the month when stocks were at all-time high. Not everyone done their rebalancing then. Some of them do it towards the middle or the end of the month, and some do it in tranches. You also have the fact that the election's coming, which makes some companies jittery. Biden is apparently in the lead, so you get more people wanting to take their profit, hold it in cash, thinking it's going to affect the stocks. Problem with that is you end up with your cash losing money. What I've done is, I've done a video before. I have my money in a credit union where I get a 2.25% dividend if the credit union performs well, but I get a dividend anyway for whatever cash is in there, and I get a chance to win a 5k each month. So my cash isn't sitting there earning nothing, it's doing something. As well as that, so that you're not pulling all your money out of stocks, why not put it into a crash proof stock, something like Berkshire Hathaway, someone who thrives during a crash, who does well when there's no crash but thrives during that's one of the things I've done. Anyway, my thoughts. And don't forget to hit that lovely like button, almost as lovely as me. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting the video out to more people. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Become part of the 7 Money Show family. We give each other hints and tips and updates about stocks and shares we talk about on the show. As well as that, you can ask me to look into any share you want, and I don't charge a Discord fee or ask for a Patreon. All I do ask is for you to comment in the box below and hit the like button. Even if you disagree with me, especially if you disagree with me, I like a debate, and if I do something wrong, I want you to call me on it so I can improve the channel. And why not check out the links in the description below? There's lots of offers. I've used each one of them myself. I wouldn't give you links if I haven't checked them out myself. If you're looking for a free trading platform which should trade your stocks and shares, you can get a free share worth up to £200 for signing up and depositing a small amount. A free trade only requires a £1 deposit. The others require £100 or dollars, depending on which one you go for. Stake has over 3,500 US stocks on their books, which is the biggest one outside of the US. Whereas Trading 212 is one of the best and easiest platforms to use. But as I said, I use all three. Anyway, on with the show. Now, with the S&P, what happens over the next couple of days is going to be telling. Whether it carries on going down or whether it turns around again and goes up. But at the same time, I would have my price target sets. This is when having your book that I spoke about comes in handy, your research book, stocks you want to pick up. But remember, I wouldn't go too heavy into the market at the moment because there's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of volatility ahead, and it could drop even further. They're warning of a second wave in Europe. There are reports of a lockdown, but the government has already said they won't do another lockdown. It's going to cost too much, of course. But they're kind of thinking of a second wave. But of course, we knew this before. I mentioned in previous videos how we should be preparing for a second wave with winter coming, you know. And you might want to check out my previous video on stocks to prepare for a second wave. You know, maybe pick up some stocks in some of them groups. You can't harm pick up some stocks in some shares in Walgreens Boots Alliance. You know, they're undervalued, they pay a good dividend. Winter is usually a good time for them. People need these products now, they can't wait for Amazon. And if there is a vaccine, they will need their help administering. So I'm surprised they are down to $35 a share. Anyway, Apple, it drops after a downgrade at UBS. I got laughed at when I said I was selling my Apple stock and I'll pick it up at 100. Because I also did a video saying people didn't see the potential of the software thing. But I do think this China-US trade war is going to affect Apple, because if TikTok, it's not the TikTok not getting a deal, it's the WeChat not getting a deal. That is going to be the killer for Apple in China. And don't forget, you have Tesla suing the US. I mentioned it in my previous video. They're going to sue the US over import tariffs. Now, they wouldn't be suing them for no reason. They're suing them because they're planning on importing cars from the Shanghai factory, which shows you how many cars they're going to be making there. I'm sorry about background noise. We are outside now, so it is inevitable. Now, people missed the whole thing with the event of Battery Day. They are making the new batteries in Fremont. They always make the batteries at Fremont or Bolton, and they're saying it's business as usual. We're improving batteries, and but in the next 2 years we'll be bringing it in house. I do think they have the million-mile battery, but they are being cautious on releasing that news purely because that is 2 years down the line as well. And if you're selling cars now, you don't want people to think, I'm not going to buy a Tesla now or in the next year, because in 2 years time I could get one with 1,000,000 miles. You had a company that promised something like this before and went bankrupt. Not in the same industry, but on the back of they were going to bring out a product that was going to treble capacity, and it had one of the industry leaders in its product. It was cheap and it was competing with the industry leaders, but it was so much cheaper. And then it came out saying, well, we're making so much money, we're investing in the tech, we're gonna actually be the same as the Apples and Samsungs. We're having the same sort of tech as Apples and Samsung. And what happened? The next year no one bought from them because they're waiting for this new tech instead, and went bankrupt. And that, I mean, their producer CATL has confirmed the 1,000,000 mile battery, but Tesla doesn't want to talk about too much about what's down the road. They want to concentrate on what's here. So sorry, remember, they will dominate the market in the next 5-10 years time. So you need to decide if you're going to pull your money out or not. I think you'll be silly too. Now I think Tesla may fall a bit more with the volatility, but anyway, interactive brokers have seen the volatility, seen with the election going ahead there'll be more volatility, and they have said people have to have more cash in the margin account. I received an email myself. I don't even have a margin account. I said I didn't want one. If I don't have the cash, I won't invest. That's the way I like to play it. But they have said you need to have more cash in your margin account to prepare for the volatility over the election. Just so you're aware. CrowdStrike. Now, I said when this was under $100, it was a buy. When it hit 110, I said you should be picking this up because it hit 200. When it was 120, I picked up more of it. It's had its roller coaster moments. You can see here. They are to acquire Preempt, and I think it's a good deal. They're not paying billions like a lot of these companies. They're paying under 100 million in stock and cash. So you might want to check it out. Hi guys, welcome to the 7 Money Show. Me, your host Sean. Now, this may seem a bit mishmash. I won't be doing it all indoors, but I thought you'd want a quick update because people are panicking. There's lots of videos about a crash coming, and I thought I'd give a bit of an update. The S&P 500, you can see here, has been going down. It had a little correction there, a little retracement. This is more like a bull trap. What happens is it goes down so quickly, people see their shares at such a discount, they buy in, it pulls it back up, because, as I said, people kind of have a 10%. Now, with the S&P, what happens over the next couple of days is going to be telling whether it carries on going down or whether it turns around again and goes up. But at the same time, I would have my price target set. This is when having your book that I spoke about comes in handy, your research book, stocks you want to pick up. But remember, I wouldn't go too heavy into the market at the moment, because there's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of volatility ahead, and it could drop even further. They're warning of a second wave in Europe. There are reports of a lockdown, but The government has already said they won't do another lockdown. It's going to cost too much, of course. But